There's something deeply wrong with how we've been taught to see the world. Not just Nigeria, the world, the systems, the ideas, the assumptions we've inherited and called progress. I spent years, sitting with that feeling, trying to follow it, not dismissing it as, cynicism, nor surrendering to despair, actually trying to follow it somewhere. This channel is where that goes. My name is Iskeel. I'm from Nigeria. And if you know what it means to grow up in a country that should work, not work, you understand something about where this comes from. I'm not a professor, definitely not a politician. I'm just someone that reads, thinks, and never stops asking why. We live in a world that confuses the map for the territory. Democracy, as we've been handed it, is not the final answer to governance. Capitalism is not the natural state of human exchange. These are systems. They are man-made. They are breakable. And in most of Africa, they haven't even been properly tried. What we have are distorted copies of distorted originals. And in all of this, the first question I ask is, what went wrong? Not who to blame, but what went structurally, fundamentally wrong? You see, I don't believe in doubting for the sake of doubts. That's a dead end. That's what postmodernism gave us. And, look where that left us. Paralyzed, relativists, incapable of building, and my process is different. I doubt so I can find. I take a system, an idea, a belief, and I dismantle it down to its roots. Not to destroy it, but to see what's actually in there. And then I ask, what would we build if we're starting from what we now know? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the engine behind everything I do. So what is this practically? Well, it's a few things. History for one, because we cannot understand where we are now without knowing what we tried before and why it collapsed. Philosophy and faith, because a people without a moral framework cannot build something durable. Political commentary, but not the kind that picks sides, by the way, but the kind that tries to understand why both sides are fighting. The kind that asks whether the fight itself is a distraction. And sometimes it just be life, because I'm a human being and I'm living through all of this, and I'm not a machine producing content. So listen, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I mean that there are enough voices on the internet performing certainty they don't have, setting conclusions they haven't earned. No, what I want genuinely is for whoever watches this to leave thinking harder than they arrived, to question one thing that they thought was settled, to feel, maybe for the first time, that it's okay to not know as long as you're actually looking. If that's you, if you're someone who feels the weight of what's wrong and is willing to never accept that nothing can be different, then you are exactly who I'm making this for. So join me, my friends, on this journey of intellectual exploration, philosophical deliberation, social examination, so we can reach gracious conclusions on how to build a better world. Join me, my fellow architects, so we can reshape the world and make the world a better place. Thank you. See you.